Mr. Klein's Story Time.
Hello, my name is Mr. Klein. I've been an elementary school teacher for almost 30 years, and I love reading stories to young people just like you. In fact, I've got a great story that I'd like to share with you right now. So let's get started.
I Am Perfectly Designed by Karamo Brown with Jason Rachel Brown, illustrated by Anoosha Syed. I am perfectly designed. First, there was you, Dad. Then, there was me. And now, there is us. That's right. Now, there is us. When you first saw me, you said, "He is perfectly designed from his head to his toes." And I meant every word. Still do. When I was a baby, I looked just like you, only I had no hair and you had lots. Now, it's the opposite. So true. The first thing I remember is being carried on your shoulders while you walked me all over the city. Remember that? I had such a big baby head. Indeed, but your big baby head was perfectly designed for you. When I was real little, I thought you could touch the moon. Remember that? We'd sit on the roof and reach for it. One day, you'll be big enough to reach it yourself. But until then, it's perfectly fine to ask for help. Remember when we went as syrup and waffles for Halloween, Dad? Ha, I do. That was awesome. I wonder what will be this year. When I run in the park, jump in the park, climb trees in the park, and pretend I am a statue in the park, you remind me I am perfectly designed to explore the world. You are, and you always will be. Sometimes, Dad, when I get mad, or sad, or confused, you wrap me in your arms. I like that. Me too. And I remind you that you are perfectly designed and wonderful, no matter what you're feeling. Dad, when I grow up and leave home, will you miss me? Yes, very much. Will you go into my room and play with my race cars and stuffed animals? You know I will. Will you sit on the fire escape and feed the pigeons like we do in the summer? The pigeons and the sparrows. Will you remember our favorite moves? I will, and I'll invent some new ones too. Dad, will you always think of me? Always. You know what, Dad? What? I will always remember walking through the city and sitting on your shoulders. And maybe when you're older and I'm taller, I can carry you on mine because we are perfectly designed for each other. That's right. The end. Please see the next page for a note from the authors. Dear reader, it's always been a dream of mine to write a story inspired by the many lessons my father has taught me. When I was growing up, any time I felt fear or uncertainty, my father would remind me that I was perfectly designed. Knowing that at an early age really instilled self-love and confidence in me, which have been hard to find on my own. Now that I am older, it's easier to walk with my head held up proudly. My father and I felt it was only right to give this message to you. We want readers to never forget that just being your natural self is perfect. It's beautiful in every sense. We know how hard it is to think otherwise, but you can't stop telling yourself this until you feel it. Like everything in life, it takes some time, but with repetition, you will learn to walk with your head held higher than the Eiffel Tower. Jason Brown. That's exactly right. Karamo Brown.
Thank you for coming to Storytime. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I read new stories every week, so be sure to hit the subscribe button if you'd like to hear another one. Hope to see you again soon.